That day I was driving down Roosevelt.
Pastor Ira Ackery preaches the gospel on Sundays in Chicago. And one busy weekend, working his way home from a wedding, a funeral, and a church member's birthday party, Pastor Ackery is behind the wheel of his Mercedes and sees flashing blue lights.
I heard a siren and looked around. Guys dropping F-bombs. It was the police.
Were you startled when he first pulled up behind you?
Absolutely I was. Absolutely I was.
The longtime community activist says the traffic stop quickly took a strong tone. The officer writing him a ticket for using his cell phone while driving, something the pastor denies. The ticket was later dismissed, and Pastor Ackery complained to Chicago PD about the officer's behavior, but the police found nothing wrong.
As real as I know racial profiling is, this was the last place I would have ever expected it to happen, and that was in a community wherein I have a lot of work that I do.
Across the country, African Americans complain and often talk about being pulled over for no apparent reason. There's even a term for it, DWB, driving while black. In a series of not-so-funny tweets, comedian Chris Rock documented 3 separate traffic stops in the span of just 7 weeks. Rock says, "Stop by the cops again, wish me luck." None of this is shocking to CNN contributor LZ Granderson.
I was pulled over in Ferguson while covering Ferguson.
Granderson believes more training is needed for officers and talks about the anxiety of being pulled over often by police who seem to be on edge.
The fact is, we've been talking about this for decades now, and it doesn't seem as if the talk has guided us to anything in terms of policy to really change the way things are.
There's an app for DWB after a police stop turned deadly in Portland, Oregon. A couple of lawyers created this guide for how to behave after being pulled over.
So what the app does is it provides, the information about their rights under the U.S. Constitution. It shows them how those interactions might go.
How big is the problem? Federal stats show that African American drivers are about 31% more likely to be pulled over than white drivers. They're also more likely to be searched and ticketed.
When a neighborhood feels that the only kind of law enforcement help they get is the targeting of innocent people, that really creates a wall between the community and the police.
A wall many like Pastor Ackery want to see taken down one traffic stop at a time. Ryan Young, CNN Chicago.